Yo, what's up everyone? It's Arden here, and today in this video, we're basically going to go over my in-game settings for Rainbow Six Siege. And in this video, we're gonna go over my mouse ADS sensitivity, my controls, display settings, graphic settings, and all that good stuff. So let's get right into this video. Alright, so starting off, we're here in general, alright? So in general, I keep my squad privacy in invite only. And for matchmaking preferences, the only thing I basically changed here was my game mode preferences in Training Grounds. And in Training Grounds, I basically just turned off everything like disarm bomb, protect hostage, extract hostage. I turned all of that off. I did elimination. I'm focusing mainly on my aim and my crosshair placements lately. And it's been getting a little bit better, but it's not where I want it to be yet. And for my map preferences in Training Grounds, I turned everything off except for Chalet. Because Chalet is the map that I need to learn more now, especially because it has that rework recently for Shadow Legacy. And so I turned everything off except for Chalet, just so I can learn the game, or not learn the game, but learn the map better, basically. And I didn't really ruin anything or like mess with anything in interface preferences or anything like that. And my ping is on and all that. Didn't really like play with any of these except for my PC chat channel. I put it on all because you know a little toxicity from Rainbow Six never hurt. Unless you don't know how to take a joke, then that's all you, buddy. And now we're moving on to my audio. So for my audio, spoken language is English, obviously. Speaking English right now. I menu and subtitles language is English also, but I really turned subtitles off because I just don't want to see the words on the bottom of my screen. My master volume, basically my what is this? My game volume is 100. My music, like the one like in the background for R6, I just keep it at 2. I like to hear a little bit of it, but I don't want it to be like blasting to the point where that's the only thing I can hear. And for dialogue, I don't really know what dialogue is. I just kept it at 100. Like I don't know. But for dynamic range, so I used to be on hi-fi, right? But basically, my friends told me that hi-fi it distinguishes. Oh no, it did no. Okay, let me rephrase that. Hi-fi basically makes gunshots and explosions louder, but it doesn't really distinguish where footsteps are coming from. You know, like you can hear it, but like let's say someone's on top of you, like on your right side, you'll hear it on your right side, but it wouldn't really be like you won't hear it clearly that they're up top. You're gonna hear them on your right, but you're not gonna like know exactly where. That makes sense. And so after like a year or so, no, not a year, maybe like 8 months, 8 months, 6 months, around there, playing on hi-fi, I decided to make a change to night mode. Okay, but before we go into night mode, we're gonna go into TV. TV basically balances both footsteps and explosives and gunshots. Right? It balances all of them out. Right? And I just didn't like it because they were just so like how do I say this? It just felt so clumped up together. So I didn't really want to play on TV. And on night mode, however, my friend's AKA his username in R6 is Karen now, but he basically him and my other friend Roland basically got me to switch to night mode because apparently night mode actually helps distinguish footsteps better, and to me footsteps are more important because I mean you want to hear someone coming, so I'm gonna be ready for it. And I mean gunshots will be gunshots, like you'll obviously hear them. For voice chat, this used to be on 100 and I just couldn't handle when people talk loud or like when they ear rape you basically. I can't, so I just lowered it down to 80. I don't know what this does, but I just kept it on. My voice chat is push to talk. That's 150. Just didn't mess with any of that. Right. Now we're moving on to my display settings. Right. So I'm basically on one monitor. My resolution is 1920 by 1080. I don't really know how to feel about moving to 16:9, or I just keep it at 1920 by 1080. And my display mode is full screen. I don't really like borderless, windowed. Nope, none of that. And for my refresh rate, okay, I'm still trying to figure out how to make my monitor 75 hertz, because like apparently when I ordered it off Amazon, it said it was 75 hertz, but it's like locked at 60 hertz right now. So I'm still trying to figure that out. And for my aspect ratio, however, I used to be on 4:3, and that was so stretched. And like people like on your screen was like they're dashing, like full on sprinting. They're just like you literally gotta flick your whole like I don't know. It's just crazy. And I eventually I got tired of doing that, so I tried out 1610 because it's not the regular 16:9, but but if you wanna like keep it regular, just keep it on like resolution or auto. It auto selects it for you basically. See, okay, so it says right here too. If you use resolution, it uses the resolution aspect ratio. So if you're using 1920 by 1080, that's full HD. So you're basically still gonna be 16:9. And for VSync, I turned that off because I just don't want to be clocked at or stuck at 60 hertz. Just don't want that. And well, I don't really ruin anything or mess with widescreen letterbox. But for my FOV, field of view, I used to play on like 80, I think it was like 85 or 80. But I slowly moved up to 85, I think last season. And then this season, I just found 87 my sweet spot. 90 just seems so close to 16:9, Like it just, you can see everything basically, but I don't know, I just like 87 better. It's personal preferences, basically. Okay, now we're on to the beefy stuff, the good stuff, which is my graphics, alright? So my overall quality, I don't put it on ultra, I'll put it on low, keep it on custom, okay? Because I want to be able to like select which ones I want and which ones I don't want. So for my texture quality, I keep it at high. Texture filtering, I keep it on 16. Pretty straightforward. My LOD, oh no, wait, no, this was on medium. My bad, guys. Texture quality is actually medium. Yeah, no, it's medium, definitely medium. This LOD quality, I keep it on very high. I don't, I like it very high. And for my shading quality, keep it on medium most of the time. And for my shadows, I turn that to the lowest. I don't know, I don't like it when, because shadows, like for me, they make the room or the map a little darker, and I don't really like that. But I like it as light as possible, so I can identify which is the objects, and like I can identify the objects from the actual enemy. So I keep it on low. And for my reflections, I usually keep it on medium. I it works for me. I keep it on medium. My ambient occlusion, I turn all of this off. There's no point in. And for anti-aliasing, I use FXAA. Right? Alright. Alright, so, well, here's the thing. You guys can all try to copy this, or wherever you guys are, you can all try to copy these settings. And they could do so much for your PC. Like, in the lobby, I get 60 because of my 60 hertz refresh rate monitor. But in the game, I get around 190 to 214 FPS, and that's all dependent on your PC. Like if you have a higher end PC, you can turn your texture quality to low, your LOD even to medium low, right? And you can keep these medium, but as much as possible try to put it on low because you want as much FPS as you want, as much FPS as possible. Keep that in mind. Just you want as much FPS as possible, especially for those high intense like gunfights or those high explosive moments. Just you want as much FPS as possible. And then you can turn all of these off, and you can even turn anti-aliasing off if you have. Whoa, wait a minute. Why is my thing right there? Custom texture quality. Oh wait, no, it's because see how much that does. See how much that does. Look, I didn't even notice I put my texture quality very high, and it put it almost using up my entire memory. Right, so I keep it at medium, and this is all dependent on your PC. Like I said earlier, it's all dependent on your PC. So for me, I wouldn't say a beast gaming PC, but I wouldn't say I have a horrible. I would say I have a pretty good gaming PC or a gaming rig, because I have a Ryzen 5 3600 that has 6 cores, 12 threads. I didn't overclock it because I didn't get a fan for it, or like a custom CPU fan for it. So I just kept it at its stock clock, which is 3.6 gigahertz, which I could still overclock it to 4.2 gigahertz, but I just don't want to risk it, you know? And then, like, I heard that affects lifespan, so I just don't want to like do anything to it. And my graphics card is an Asus, I don't know how to say the brand, but Asus GTX 1660 Super. It has 6 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM, and it does wonders for me basically. So that's pretty much it. And I have 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. They run at dual channel, and their speeds are 3200 megahertz, I believe. Yeah, 3200 megahertz CL16. Yep. All right, we're on to my controls. All right, we're on to my controls. So for my raw and from like my mouse and keyboard, I keep it at raw input. I don't really mess with the on and off. I just keep it on. And I turn this off. Like I can't do inverted stuff. Like I really can't. And for my mouse, okay, so my mouse, I have a Logitech G305 for my mouse. My DPI is 800. I repeat, I have 800 DPI, and I think my polling rate is 1,000. I didn't really want to mess with my polling rate because I just, yeah. But my horizontal is 30. My vertical is 30. They're both the same, both equal. And okay, before we go into my sensitivities and all that, my mouse score is enabled. Gadget deployment is advanced. You know, all that. Drone deployment. Okay, guys, I recommend not keeping this at standard, because if you keep it on standard, the moment you throw your drone, and God, who is this? Okay, just ignore that on the bottom right. But my drone deployment, I highly recommend not keeping it on like standard, because if you keep it on standard, once you throw your drone and it lands, you're basically hopping into your cam already. Like it automatically does it for you, right? And if a defender is holding an angle and they see you toss a drone, they're not gonna like move right away. No, they're not gonna like move. They're not gonna do that, do this. They're gonna wait. You know, they're gonna try to shoot the drone even. But if I was the defender, right? Or if yeah, whatever. If I was a defender, they throw a drone. I'm gonna try to shoot the drone, but if I miss, I'm gonna wait and for the sound cue of them to hop on their drone. You know, like when you pull out your cam or your phone to look at your drone. There's a sound cue to that, and if I hear that sound cue, I can immediately push, right? But if with standard, you can't do anything from preventing that. So with advanced, if you keep it advanced, you can throw your drone, cause it like make like you can like make it a distraction, toss your drone, and you won't immediately hop into your cam. You just toss it. You can use it as a decoy or whatever. You can toss it, and if they shoot it, then you can swing. Alright? You can swing. So basically, keep it on advanced. And with these, I aim, lean, sprint, crouch, prone, walk. Didn't do any of that. It didn't change any of that. Okay, I'm not gonna go into controller options because I don't play on controller. I play on mouse and keyboard. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are wondering what keyboard I have a Techwear Phantom 87. I got it off Amazon for about $50, and it's a mechanical keyboard with RGB. It has Otemu red switches. Yes, Otemu red. They sell Otemu blue and Otemu brown, but I just got red because it takes less force to like activate. I think it takes like 50 grams and the others take like 55 and 60 grams. Basically that means is like you don't need to put as much pressure to activate the key or to push down on the key. Like unlike other keyboards where you have to jam your finger in there to actually activate. Like no, I don't want that. Like if I'm switching between things, I just wanna tap it, boom, and I'm ready. No? Yeah. Alright, now we're gonna go into my mouse sensitivities in the game. And so I keep it on advanced. I don't keep it on standard or anything like that. I keep it on advanced, alright? So for my holographic sights, 1.0 is basically, I keep it at 31 just cause it's a little more zoomed out. You have less of your screen to cover basically. And for 1.5, I keep it at 33 cause I really went into T-Hunt for this. Used the 1.5 and actually messed around with it. So these are what works the best for me. And for the 2.0 magnification, the new sights, these two new sights, I keep it at 41. Again, I went into T-Hunt for these two. And this one also, because just had to get used to it again, I guess. And these 3, 4, 5, 12. I don't play Kali or any ops that have good like a good zoom or like a strong zoom. So I just didn't mess with any of these. But okay, so the sights I use the most, I would say 1.5 and 2.0. The thing with the ACOG now, I feel like it's just a little way, like not a little, it's way too zoomed in for me. Like if I'm holding an angle, a passive angle, or if I'm like a far range engagement, bro, this works wonders. I'm telling you. But the thing is, in Rainbow Six, you always move. You always move. You never just stick in one spot. You constantly move. So eventually that distance will get like shorter, and this will just not be it. This, however, 2.0 and 1.5, I would like I like it. If Ubisoft could put in a 1.75, I will use that every single time. It's in between these two. I'll use it every single time. No cap. Yeah, you heard it. No cap. They add a 1.75. Ubisoft, if you hear this, you add a 1.75. A lot of people use that. Trust me. Alright. And then I go into... Okay, let's go into my keybinds. So my scoreboard basically is this button that... It's the button like to the left of your one key. Your number one key on the top. And these, like my vote interface, 7, open all chat, T, team chat U, send text is enter, my push to talk is Y, my move forward is a W. Okay, so basically character controls, same thing, all default. I use WASD, I lean with my Q and my E, I sprint with my shift, and I descend on the ladder with my shift, navigate, spacebar, crouch, C, and change repel stance to C also. My prone is left out. Left out. I repeat, left out. My walked is left control. And this is also this. My shift is left shift. Everything's on the left. Because I'm right handed. And my shoot is left click. My aim is right click. This is how do I say this? These are hold for me. They're not toggle and anything like that. My reload is R, interact F, melee, whatever I don't know how to say this. It's my mouse button, my fourth one. It's the closest on the side to you. If you're holding it, it's the closest one to you. My primary gadget is either 3 or pushing down on my scroll wheel on my mouse. Secondary gadget is either 4 or G. And my observation tools to bring out your cam or your phone is 5. Drone deployment 6. You know, primary, secondary, both 1 and 2. Ping character is Z. Switching fire mode is my mouse button, the one farthest from you on the side. Weapon swap is just scroll wheel, and these are just, I just kept these all default. Enemy scan X, all that, all of this, all that. It's just the same thing. Didn't do anything. What does it say? Toggle follow player. Follow a selected player. Oh, I don't know how that works. Okay, now we're gonna go into my site, and there's a story behind. Okay, so we're going to accessibility now. For accessibility, ignore what I just said previously. I thought I clicked on accessibility already, but for accessibility, my color accessibility preset is custom. You know, I don't know the default. I don't know what this is. Colorblind, stuff like that. No, I don't. You like drag this? Just okay. So I keep it at light blue, right? And this was originally at 85. So I keep it at light blue. And there's a story behind this, why I chose light blue. Not only is blue my favorite color, but if you look at my logo, which I'll probably pop up in a second somewhere on the screen, my logo has this nice blend of like dark blue and light blue to a metallic silver-ish color, and light blue to me just sits right. I love light blue. Okay, so I got it. So I chose light blue because of my channel and everything, and my optic opacity. This basically shows. So if you chose 20, right, you would barely see your sight, but you can see the transparency. It would be close to being transparent. You can barely see your sight, but you'll see the enemy where they are on your sight, basically. And if you choose this, like you go max to 100, it will be like like you will absolutely see the color. And to me, I just like 85 because it's a sweet spot for me. You can even go to 80. I played on 80 like the first day when I was doing T-Hunts, and I was just like, nah, this is not it. I like to see the sight a little more, so I chose 85, but I don't want it to be like so bright, so I chose 85. And that concludes this video, guys. Alright, but before I end this video, I will probably post tomorrow some of my placement matches with the boys, because you know we're doing a placement matches and all that. And for operators, I actually can't wait to try out Zero. I really want to try him. I saved up the renown for him. But before anything else, or before I end this video, basically, I just wanna say thank you to gaining a little more views on my most recent video. Compared to my most recent uploads, I've gotten the most views on the most recent video I just posted, which was I think yesterday. Yeah, at this moment, September 11. I posted it on September 10. I got, I think, around 48, which is not a high number, but it's a higher number compared to the most like my recent uploads to my other videos. Been getting like 18, 30. I just want to say thank you for that. And before I leave and before I head out, I just want to say, please leave a like, comment down in the comment section down below. If you guys have any questions about my gaming setup, my peripherals, my mouse and keyboard, where I got them from, feel free to just drop them in the comments down below. And where was I? Hello, Arden? Think, dude. Arden, think. What was I saying? Oh, right. Let me just reset that, guys. Alright, just don't judge. I'm still new to this. So please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and hit that bell button to never miss a video. Alright, peace out, y'all.